Hello, happy Tuesday. This is Darren Roberts, Master Trainer at Impact Training Corporation and the Abundance Accelerant. Welcome to the Tuesday Tickle and Tick show number 5. Today we're talking wisdom wasted with worthless words. There's a little tongue twister for you. Now this is all about if you have influence, if you have a message that you want to deliver, if you want to have influence over your listeners, whether that's an individual or a group, whether that's in business or in lifestyle, maybe in business you're looking at selling, what are you doing that takes away from that message and distracts people from the message that you're delivering? You know, this is called the Tuesday Tickle and Tick because, as you know, every week I deliver things that tickle my fancy that you might be able to learn from, but also things that tick me off. Now, today is a tick me off show. So this is a little bit of therapy for me today. We know from a communication perspective that if you have a message to deliver or influence you want to have or sales you want to make, then 7% of your rapport and your communication comes from the words that we use. 38% of that communication and rapport comes from the tonality that we give, and 55% comes from our body language. However, if we have autonomous habits or words or noises that we make that distract the person listening to, the person we're communicating with, then all of our message is out the window. All of our influence is out the window. So I want you to learn yourself what those are for you. They're autonomous. So the danger is we don't know that we're doing them. And by the way, you're welcome to put in the comments below what my autonomous words are, because I'm sure I have them, but I don't know about them because they're autonomous. So as many of you know, we're having a bit of fun, me and my family this week, as we're contestants on Family Feud. And we're 3 shows in to a maximum of 5 shows that you could possibly be on. So we're back on tonight for show 4. But in show 1, the host, Grant Denyer, and I had a bit of a fun banter about words. And he said, Darren, what do you hate? And I said, I hate when there's wasted words, when there's communication like, yeah, nah, that people say on a regular basis, and we have a bit of banter and a bit of fun with that on the show. So again, I want you to know, what are yours? What are your words or habits that distracts your audience, whether it be an individual or whether it be a group, whether it be in business or whether it be in your communication to your kids or your family or people that you're wanting to have a positive influence over. Is it yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah? Or which is it? Is it yeah or nah? What are some other things that frustrate you and may frustrate me? What about to be honest? There's a habit with lots of people communicating using to be honest in front of almost every sentence. Listen, to be honest, this, and listen, to be honest, that. Well, it's repetitious and it distracts people from your message. And hey, if you tell me something when you don't say to be honest in front of it, does that mean you're lying to me? Not sure. What about frankly or to be frank? Again, it's a word that people use or a phrase that people word to make their sentence they're about to deliver sound more poignant. But if it's not followed with a frank statement, then it distracts people. Listen, frankly, I'm pretty sure it's a good day out there today. That's not a frank statement. So why would you introduce it with the word to be frank or frankly? One of my pet hates is a statement followed by, if you know what I mean, or do you know what I mean? Especially when it's not a detailed statement. It could be something like, listen, I really like red cars, if you know what I mean. Or I've been pretty busy today, if you know what I mean. Again, it's a habit that is repetitious, that is autonomous. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and at that age, like is a phrase that comes out almost every third word. My daughter uses it a bit, but also a lot of her friends at that age. And it's just distracting from the message, isn't it? So what are we doing that distracts us from the message? What about not to mention? Not to mention before mentioning something. And this is largely for people that are introducing guests. You might be introducing a speaker or you might be introducing a webinar. And this person is great at A, B, C, and not to mention they've also done X, Y, and Z. Well, why would you say not to mention and then mention it? What else have I got here? I want to make sure I cover them all. what if you're an interviewee on a webinar? The habit that I see with interviewees on webinars is to reply to almost every question with, listen, that's a great question. But it's happening after simple questions. Hey, listen, George, how did you come up with your name of your business? Oh, listen, that's a great question. And they tell their story. Well, it's not necessarily a great question. Isn't it funny? We've got all these habits that we do. Another one when we're introducing on webinars is the word arguably. This person is arguably the best person in the world at X, Y, and Z. Well, if it's arguable that that person is the best, then they're probably not the best. So I want you to listen out for your words, but also your habits. And again, you're welcome to comment on my habits or my autonomous words. You know, there's people that touch their nose on a regular basis. Well, that is just distracting from your message. So, hey, I'll stop my rant because I want you to learn something. So what I want you to do is firstly understand what are your habits that are autonomous. And I want you not to just watch this and go, that was interesting, and other people have habits. I want you to learn what your habits are. So I want you to video yourself, record your voice, and listen back and watch it back. And what are those habits that creep in, or those words that you're using that you didn't even know? I train this to groups and individuals, and they are often had no idea the habits that they have that are autonomous that everyone else sees, but they don't. Hey, let's teach you something though. The flip side is if you're communicating with someone that does have these habits, that maybe does have a repetitive word that they use. And let's talk about it in a sales perspective. In a sales perspective, if you pick up on your potential customer that they do have a habit or a word that they use regularly, it might frustrate you to see it, but when you use that word back to them, subconsciously they'll connect with you. Subconsciously they'll feel this person is similar to me. So let's say it's to be honest. Let's say they use the word to be honest, your customer. Well, guess what? When you go for the close and ask for a sale, you can say, listen, to be honest, you can see how my product will reduce that frustration for you, can't you? And because you've used their terminology, they're more likely to say yes. So please record yourself, listen back, watch yourself back, and let's see what your habits are, and then go about finding a way to take them out. Role plays and practices and real plays until you can take them out so that your message can be much more powerful. Hey, listen, by the way, the fitness show is in Sydney and Filex. So if you're in the fitness industry and you're attending Filex and the fitness show, I'm doing a presentation on the Friday, the 20th, as part of the Education Hub at 2:30 on secondary spend. So helping businesses with their secondary spend. So I'll throw a link in below so that you know where that is. Also, we're still having a bit of fun on Family Feud. So if you want to watch tonight at 6 o'clock on Channel 10, you can have a laugh at us on Family Feud on show 4. Fingers crossed we get another win. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday for the Tuesday Tickle and Tick. Put in the comments below, what have you found? What are the habits you found? If you want to put in what you think my habits are from watching this video, you can as well. And by the way, I'll be doing exactly what I'm asking you to do. I'll be watching this video back and I'll be reviewing it for myself. What are the habits that I have? What are the words that I didn't know that I say? And I'll be learning just like you will. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you next week for the Tuesday Tickle and Tick.